I'm not even entirely sure how this message is going to go today, for the simple fact that I was not prepared for it. A, I wasn't expecting it to B, and I wasn't even aware that this was on the agenda today, right? So there could be something that's being unveiled to you. There could be something that you could be receiving as far as information goes, as far as clarification goes, that is designed to not just subtly, but I'm hearing dramatically shift the way that you relate to your life experiences on Earth, A, the way that you see your potential on Earth, B, or the impact in which you're here to have, C. Okay, there's something around the Trinity, or things just culminating. Maybe it's like a snowball effect, one thing after another. That I'm hearing there could be stacked synchronicities that you're seeing, where the universe is just reinforcing something that you innately know within you through everything around you. It's like the universe is speaking to you through everything around you. Now, this is coming through on the solstice, and the solstice is essentially it's part of this self-organized system. It's the hidden architecture that occurs within these celestial bodies that are conscious organisms that position themselves within the cosmos in such a way that they influence our earthly timelines. The movement within the cosmos becomes inseparable to what it is that we experience within our life on Earth. The reason this is important to know is that the solstice is essentially the peak or the climax of yang energy, which is the masculine. What's the sun? The sun is the soul, it's the illuminator, it's the gateway in which light, or the light being that you are, is able to express itself in physical form through the physical embodiment. That's what masculine is. It's about the energies that you're now embodying that were previously hidden within the dark, that were previously hidden beneath the, I'm seeing physical realm, and were hidden in the invisible realms. Were repressed and suppressed by the conditioning, by the noise, and the demands of the material plane. This is where the greatest distraction is, where you've been pulled away from your own divinity. Okay, I'm seeing into the external. And this is important because, again, I didn't know that this was on the agenda, but I have an astral travel message to share. And the first scene was, we were all together in these collective groups, and there was a very specific archetype that I'm not going to mention just because we're working together in the astral right now, and I don't want someone to say, oh, it's this person, and and it's labels and names and all this thing. We were working together in the astral, and we were utilizing a key, and the key was shaped as a tetrahedron. And I said that it was something that unveiled or unlocked this complex geometry that then began to simplify our life experiences. And the message behind the tetrahedron, what does the tetrahedron do? It's the apex, right? So it's this structure that points away from the material plane and towards the immaterial plane. I'm seeing this as you turn back inwards towards your own divinity, towards your eternal essence, you can sit in the stillness. And this was the key message that came through. I said, and the lesson was that if you slow down and remain present within the depth of your being, you see the depth within this construct that you're immersed. You're able to observe and admire the intricacies and complexities of this realm of contrast. And I said, outward things will then begin to disclose themselves from this place of stillness. You're not going out to seek the answers. The answers are literally coming towards you, because what is the sun? It's an illuminator. It's not illuminating things externally. It's illuminating something already within you. Stay with me, right? The next message that came through, I said, is the lesson was, it's almost impossible to lose something or yourself inside of the material plane when you have this level of awareness. When you remember your own divinity, even while walking through the physical world, you then become your own sun. You become your own source. And I'm seeing you become your own embodied expression of your soul's energetic signature or essence. You remember who you are beyond the responsibilities, beyond the identity, beyond what's happening in the world around you. You remember who you've always been, who you are, and everything in which you will be. You remember yourself as the higher intelligence that is moving through all things, and you trust that higher intelligence. This is the archetype that I saw. The archetype I saw, and I think this is important to mention. I'm not even going to fully go into this today, right? But right now where I am, I'm on my IC sun line. I have a lot of other interesting lines in astral cartography, which is our soul's map laid out against the world, and it's how our internal lattice, when it comes to the makeup of our avatar, is overlaid within this holographic construct, and it opens up these different nodal points or energetic grids that activate certain experiences. A lot of these are internal for me with the IC sun, especially because I'm now in my solar return. Anyway, we're in June. June is a 7-month numerically, okay? It's a 7-month, which is introspective. I even saw 777 today, so that could be a confirmation for some of you. That's an alignment card, but it's not alignment externally. It's not you being aligned to a person, a thing, a da-da-da. It's alignment being not somewhere that you need to go in order to experience this alignment. It's not something that you align with externally. Alignment is a return to what it is that you've always been. And I'm just seeing you aligning internally to something that you have innately known. I'm hearing within every fiber of your being. And also, if we think about the sun, right? What is the sun? It's plasma. Plasma emits photons. These are carriers of information that are designed for you to absorb as an organism and retrieve that information. It's intercommunication between you and source that is designed to shift the way that you're experiencing your life on Earth, essentially, right? 777 alignment. This is the fast opening card. And then I'm going to get to the archetype. I'm going to read the archetype for you. This, I like that it wasn't on the agenda, but I'll say you catch me off guard because it's like, it wasn't on the list, but it was in perfect design for it to be integrated anyway into the experience. And so I trust that this is going to find you. Anyway, alignment. This is the message. It says, your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It's within your reach. The whisper is reminding you to stay the course and feel source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. Okay, I keep hearing complementary force, so let's see what the complementary force is, and then I'm going to tell you the archetype that I saw. Because I see sun, the hermit in tarot, who is he ruled by? Virgo, mercurial energy. Mercury is also the messenger. Mercury is also Odin. He's Hermes. He is the one that is seeing their life experiences through the lens of a light being. And I'm seeing it as internal communication, intercommunication with your own soul. That's happening. I'm hearing that subtly influencing, and I'm seeing the art of it's not persuasion, but it's the art that's inviting you to embrace your multidimensionality, which is to understand that shifting the way that you're perceiving a course of events that's unfolding is part of the experience of life itself. And 7 is very introspective. Okay, it's a solitude type of energy. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 persistence. This says keep going. You've completed a task that's in alignment with your soul's journey. So it could again be the return to the self. The greatest desire that we have is actually to remember ourselves. Remember our true self. The greatest desire is, okay, you were seed onto this planet. And your second biggest day is when you remember why. And when you know why you're here, you're anchored and move through this grid. Extremely lucid. Okay, I keep hearing observant. There's something that you may be observing within yourself. The divine is letting you know that it sees you and that all your persistence is paying off. You're being acknowledged. It's some type of internal work, or it's the inside job that is this experience. I take steps to stay in alignment with my soul's journey, and I reap the rewards of my persistence. Okay. The success is the return to the self. I'm seeing it as you've successfully returned to thyself. Let me now share this with you. The Hermit in this card, in this multidimensional deck, is called the Cosmic Tree. The Hermit is an archetype that the Fool comes into alignment with, and he is an archetype that becomes a conduit to streamline the information that resides within these hidden realms. And he was never an external figure. He was an aspect of himself that he was learning to reintegrate, that he was learning to trust, that he was learning to surrender to. Okay, he was learning how to surrender so that this expression could move through him. And that's a big part of the yang energy, because it's how consciousness collapses into form. It's how this frequency looks materialized. There's something to do with this, and how that essence navigates this realm, understands the hidden energetic exchanges that lie beneath every interaction, and can recover the perspective of the soul. Okay, so this is all to do with your inner wisdom, the Hermit and the cosmic. He's a bridge, right? So he is traveling through. Oh, he actually has, in the original deck, I don't know if I have that card with me, but in the original deck, the Hermit's carrying this 8-pointed star seed, and it essentially is illuminated by the wisdom that he's gathered from his past experiences that one he reflected on, allow him to retain a level of knowledge. So I'm seeing it as pattern recognition, and there's something that you're recognizing in order to be able to transcend. And it could be within your own internal realms. But the question becomes, what happens when the answers that you seek can no longer be found outside of yourself? A great teacher will always send you back to yourself. And there's something in which you're being called to trust when it comes to this innate knowing in your own unique journey of how the universe desires to move through you and I'm seeing crystalline expression, okay, your unique frequency, your energetic makeup. And the Hermit appears every single time to invite you inwards. It's not to draw you away from anything external, but it's to pull you inwards. And it feels like the universe is pulling you inwards, almost like a receding tide, so that a new wave can emerge. There's something symbolic that's happening, and it could feel like a gravitational kind of pull. And if we think about the icy sun as an example, and I know if I'm filtering that in my experience, that the theme or topic behind it, behind that frequency, is going to resonate with you guys in this communication hub that we're seated in, this time dilation bubble that we're seated in. We're nothing outside of this system. We're just neutralizing our relationship with the matrix real quick. Always. Where nothing outside of this moment really matters, because really you're just moving through the eternal now. And so there's a level of depth and introspection. When we talk about the IC, it's a lot to do with the roots, the root of your being. I'm seeing the root, or the source in which we all emerge from. And I just feel like you're being invited back to your inner knowing, ultimately. And I'm going to go ahead and read the interpretation of this. But there comes a point where, truths that we either borrow from the external world, or where we seek external validation, or let's say secondhand intuition or wisdom, can take you no further. It's not going to be the way that you cross this bridge. Let's go and read the Hermit in this card, in this deck. The Hermit is known as empowerment. Oh, I was accidentally reading the strength, but that could be symbolic. It could be something around your intuition strengthening and you becoming more empowered. Searching within, solitude, self-exploration, and reaffirming. The Hermit and the Cosmic Tree represent solitude for inner truth. The Hermit does not retreat into the woods without the expectation of self-exploration. When a vision of the cosmic tree comes to the hermit, they are met with the understanding of the greatness of existence. If you cannot find the answers you've been looking for, look within. This is important to know because we're speaking about Cancer season. That's where the sun is positioned right now. And if you know anything about Cancerian energy, it's the crab. So it's the one that moves between the realms of the formless and the form effortlessly. They're able to navigate their way through infinite sea of possibilities, the quantum, and also bring that to the land. When we speak about beaches in the astral realm, it's a symbolic representation of that architecture unfolding, essentially that construct or that location arranging itself to reflect where you're merging the intersection of spirit meeting matter and how you navigate the physical form, sustaining that level of awareness, sustaining that remembrance. And I just feel like some answers for you, they're going to arrive through your experience, like your actual participation with reality itself, and really through stillness, through, again, not seeking external, as you draw all of your life force back to you, right? Call all of your life force back to you. You'll recognize that this light or this truth or this information that you're seeking was never separate from you. It was something that you carried within you all along. And it's like you're returning home to yourself. That's what this says. And so I don't know if a disclaimer would be the right word, but it just feels like we're all, and humanity is maturing into trusting the self in this. You know, even these messages, I'm never telling you anything new, ever. We're discussing and unveiling truths that lie and exist within all of us. And when we become dependent on the external to become our form of intuition, our own gifts become atrophied. Like muscles, when they're not utilized, they just end up wasting away. And so it's about exercising our intuition, exercising our gifts. These conduits and readers and everything that we are drawn towards should only really be external reflections to reaffirm something that we already know within our being. Yet, and I'm hearing in that experience, it becomes a co-creation. It's a complete different experience when we give our power or we give our strength. I'm seeing the courage card, the strength card. And we do not trust ourselves. And so we outsource our sense of trust. All right, I'm going to get one message just to close out. I think we'll get a gateway of the light activation. And then also, I want to get one of these as well. The Cosmic Wisdom Interconnected Network Binary Star. It's something that has always been transversing your path. Binary Star talks about there's a mutual understanding that it's not like binary star is stars in harmony. There's a mutual understanding that they share the same path. Unlike optical doubles, they don't try to change the path of the other, nor is there an illusionary union. Simply by being, they belong and respond to each other through the inevitable and harmonic dance dedicated to being. They're part of the same system. One orbits the other. I'm seeing it as believing that it was something outside of yourself. It was never outside of yourself. It was you, and it's always been you. You're living inside of the mind of Source. And not only are you dreaming this experience into being, but you're actively living in your dream. You are the one consciousness meeting itself over and over again. Things don't have to look like light for them to be light. The universe is one single being, one emanation, difference in only seeming. We are all one. One source, many masks. It was you all along. I'm just seeing that's what it will always be. That's what it always has been. And that's what it is. I'm hearing, how are you experiencing yourself? How are you thinking about yourself? How are you feeling about yourself? In all forms. I'm hearing all various forms. Your relationship with yourself will ultimately determine your relationship with this construct that you're navigating, the heart of source. You are the source. Then you also have light immersion, all encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, serenity, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. You're calling back this knowing. It's like you're seeing life and this realm for what it always has been, which is the realm of energy that cannot be created nor destroyed, only consistently transforms itself. We often believe that we're leaving things or locations or people behind. Yet in reality, in the realm of energy, which is the soul's reality, it's returning back to its quantum state to reorganize its architecture, to collapse through space-time into another experience, into another opportunity, into another person, into another place. This reality is constantly rendering around us. It's constantly reconfiguring itself to correspond to our internal state. Once we remember that, we are liberated as we move through this system, for we understand the hidden architecture and design. It's very quantum. If we think about life path 7 energy, what did they do? Sevens. Maybe you're going through a personal year 7, or you're a life path 7. The sevens are significant. Oh, we're in the 7th month as well, almost. But this holds the essence of a 7, which is introspective. You know, life path 7s like to take things apart just to be able to understand how they function and put them back together. They like to understand things from the inside out. And so they're not in a rush ever. It takes time for them to move through the depth of life experience in order to recover that wisdom and information that they then go on to impart and share. But they're the why kid. You know the why kid? But why? But why? But why? So curious, a curious soul. Enjoys exploring the mind. And a good traveler is the one that knows how to travel with the mind. That travels into the celestial realms. I'm just seeing it as it's always surrounding us. We're just simply directing our awareness there. The path of love and the path of healing is directing our awareness to what it is that we've always been, which is whole. Can you sit in the stillness and observe the whole design without the need to control, possess, attach, but just simply be seated in that love, which is embodying that state of awareness, and consciously exchange, conscious interactions. I'm hearing constant reflections. Constant reflections. So, I'm gonna love and leave you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. This session felt very needed in many ways. Very interesting, especially because my sun is in 8th house. It's very much the intersection of where spirit meets matter, energetic exchanges, what's been repressed and suppressed, and bringing light to that. illuminating the underworld and the depths of our being and recovering. I'm hearing what has been hiding in plain sight, recovering the information and the perspective that has been disguised in plain sight. Let me know what you feel like this is for you. And yeah, if you're not, yeah, that's gonna be it. Check out Order Spirit for looking for some high quality AAA grade gemstones. $1 of the proceeds are donated towards otter sanctuaries. And until next time, bye.